I froze. I froze. I got nervous. Queen
Uh,
Phoenix. Look, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to like start off with some vocals off of that Alive. Oh my God. Let me tell you, oh, it's such a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay. Okay. All right. So I just want to say this. There's a lot to you. There's a lot to Queen Phoenix, okay? There is a lot. And I have literally been educating myself on you. And
Mhm.
it's a blessing. That's all I gotta say. It is such a blessing to come across an artist that I feel magnetized to your
Hey,
body of work, and it's just like, and that's what I had shared with you. I was feeling like I should have known who you were about 20 years ago. Like this, I'm like, where have I been? Like I'm granted, life is life, and you come across people when it's your time to come across them. But all I got was like, I am sold. And I am not one of those folks who just like immediately download someone that isn't which I don't feel that energy from you, but someone who's just like over the top commercially known. Okay.
mhm.
Like those are my only moments that ever, oh yeah, I'm gonna download it without even hearing it. But
Yeah.
when I heard Alive, and then I did my YouTube search and everything and looked at, I was like, for real? Like, you just kind of lit some fire. So okay, all right. I threw all of that on you.
Thank
How you
you. I
feeling today? How
appreciate
you
it.
feeling?
You know what? I want to say it wasn't you that I think it was me that was hidden. You know, I've been in the music industry a
Mm.
long time, and
Mm.
I've been working behind the scenes, but I always went in with the mindset that I knew that my gift was to be an artist and to reach out to the world and be really on a mission, to reach the
Mm.
people. And I just really love art. Like I paint too. I do a lot of things, and so I,
That question was coming too. Oh, but you hit me with that. Well, we'll get into it. We sure will.
yeah. So I love
Wow.
art. I love people. One thing I can say is that, and I love God for sure. One thing I can say is that that music and people, food, all of that. I think it's such a cool thing to, even in this quarantine time, that we've been able to appreciate we found a way to appreciate each other. We're finding a way to
Mm.
communicate. We're
And still
finding a way
thrive.
to unite and commune. And I'm so thankful for music, and I'm thankful that I was able to be the vessel to come out with Alive, the song, my single, because,
Definitely.
and especially in this time, I mean, I've been like taking the time really, even since the last records I put out, Thrilla and someone's calling me, of course.
That's okay.
Um,
All right.
Stop calling me, y'all. Whoever it is, um, you know how I'm doing an
Stop
interview.
calling.
Stop it. But
Okay.
no, isn't it funny? They're like, "Oh, she's doing an interview. Let me call her now. Let's tell her something."
Yeah.
But I just gotta get this off my chest. But no, I just those other songs. I felt like they were a lot more commercial, and I really believe this one is
Mm.
too. But I feel like it has this frequency and connection because I started it from my own tracks and from my own vibes
Right.
and just being right here in my studio. I'm talking to you guys right here from where my studio setup is, and it's just like I've had to really get in touch with God and in touch with myself
Mm-hmm.
and just sit here and really fight to focus.
Okay. Okay. All right.
To get it out and to like be ready for this moment, this intersection in time that God already had set for me to be here and to get discovered by beautiful women like you, people like you. It just, I
How we
haven't been,
vibe. Right.
and I feel like that's why he hid me, like almost like in the Bible, like David was
Mm.
hidden for a
Mm.
certain time, and then he was like in this cave, and don't let me preach, but I might have to. He was hidden in this cave, and I feel like I've been in this cave of my place, just
Say
kind of
that,
like,
but everything in its time.
yeah,
Everything in its time, and it all happens in divine timing. Like we could really go on with that. We really could,
oh yeah,
because it's so true. I mean, some people I'll just use myself. Like, my journey has definitely been a journey that was made for me because that joint, I would not have thought that I would move in this direction when it came to creative art. It just, I mean, so it can be very mind blowing, but our journey is our journey.
And to stay consistent when no one's looking, I mean, these videos have been up since like a year and a half, and I directed and produced them, and I hired the whole crew and did it with, not a bunch of money, and I feel
incredible.
Like
that's what I have.
We just have to grab deep within inside of ourselves. We have to get in there and be like, hey, let me just do this, even though I don't have a big label behind me. I don't have maybe a big push behind me. But I have faith, and I have what I have to give. I have something. I have to start somewhere and be excellent from where I am.
Right, regardless. And that's
like I just dyed my hair before this. You know what I'm saying? I just quarantined, toned it. You understand? I was like, okay, I want to get the brass out. We gonna go, do what you got to do,
Right. Understood. But yeah, we can definitely vibe, and we're gonna jump right into some things here. So I'm super ready. I felt like I was like, oh my gosh, like once you got on, I was gonna just like dump it all out and like lose my whole process and everything out of excitement. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with the formalities. So, artists, creatives, designers, y'all, viewers, welcome to DreamAloud Art, y'all. We have an extremely special guest today, the one and only Queen Fina. So if you're just coming through and you're just trolling and you just checking on live to see what these two women are talking about, go ahead and follow me at DreamAloud Art. Go ahead and follow Queen Fina, most definitely, y'all. And when you follow me, make sure you click the link in my bio so you can subscribe to these full interviews, y'all. IGTV only holds 15 minutes. Okay, now these are longer than some 15 minutes, so go ahead and subscribe. And click on the link in Queen Fina's bio. Okay, make sure you do that and download Alive. Okay, the joint is fire. It has been on repeat on my side. Okay, and a lot of people's side, and it's at that point like already where it's like I'm grasping the words already. I'll just be like in the kitchen cooking, and I'll start humming it. Like that is on some next level stuff for me. Like that is a rare occasion. So so I'm very thankful, and it's also just really helped me be more open to music in general. I kind of took a little hiatus where I'm not really like vibing with a lot of music or anything, or I'll just listen to songs I'm already familiar with, so I wouldn't be checking no new stuff or anything out there. So it really did open up my eyes to that. It's a great opportunity to stay engaged. So thank you for that. Thank you. So
thank you for listening.
Queen
thank you.
Fina, okay. Let me start with this, and this may be quite a question. I won't tell you, I won't set the tone for you. But to the people that are in either one of our tribes who just happen to be following us, but they don't know, who is Queen Fina? Can you summarize yourself in any form? Who is Queen Fina? Educate our viewers who don't know.
Queen Fina is a visionary, a producer, Grammy-nominated songwriter. I would say, I'm going to say the things that I've done that are associated with it, because I feel like in the last things I've been speaking on, I haven't really said it, but I wrote the World Cup theme song in 2014 for Shakira, the FIFA World Cup. It got over 1 billion streams worldwide, and it had like huge campaigns, 60 countries worldwide with Dan and Yogurt and T-Mobile and what else? Then it opened up the Super Bowl this year. I was so thankful to God for that. That was a blessing.
Huge blessing. That's beautiful.
It was the first visual album ever in history for the NFL to release, and it had 7 days. It had 147 million views and streams. Hallelujah. Let me just catch the spirit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's real energy out here. Real energy.
A #1 record on Billboard charts this year, R&B, with the R&B adult R&B chart on Billboard. It was for a song called "You Say," and it's spelled U, the letter U, and say, and it's featuring Six Lack,
Black. Yeah.
I say
Right.
Sick Black because we already know everybody say Black, and then they be like, "Who's?" I'm sorry, I don't know.
Right. Yes.
I get to say it for the rest of my life. Sick Black, a Black. Yeah,
You have
Black
full
with a
blown
sick.
permission.
Yeah. It's all good. Thanks, Black. Okay.
Right. Right.
And this girl Bonfire, she's Hitco's new artist that LA Reid has been really excited about. She got nominated for iHeart Music Award this year because of my song. So thank you, Jesus, for that. And all of these, I actually the year before that, I had a song in the Traffic Lionsgate film called Traffic, starring Paula Patton. And it was funded by Robert Frederick Smith, which is I think he's a super Black billionaire, and he just helped a lot of students. I think it was Howard where he paid their fees, he paid all of their tuitions and stuff like that.
Okay, good.
So that was cool, and he was a part of the film. He was the one who funded it. Check that out. Bleeding Machines is on YouTube. You can check out my version. And what else? I had there was something like almost every year. I got Grammy nominated for Chris Brown for the X album. The song is called Time for Love.
See, this is a lot to take. See, that's this. I'm trying to take it all in. Okay, I'm trying to digest it, and it's like before I can digest it, you hit me with more bricks, and I'm just like, man, that's beautiful. Oh my god.
So that's part of what I do. I wouldn't say that's all the way who I am, but I would say who I am as an overcomer. You know what I mean? I'm somebody who comes from a background of having two young parents. My mom was 17 when she had me. My dad was 18, almost 18, or I think he was 18. He was struggling with heroin addiction. He's been in and out of prison his whole life. I've definitely visited him in a lot of California state prisons, penitentiaries, since I was little. And he's in San Quentin right now. So shout out to everybody who's locked down right now, especially my dad. Because they're going through a whole different type of quarantine right now with this going on. I've spoken to them.
I can't imagine.
But a lot of them are coming home though because of what's going on. So that's cool, and that's a beautiful thing. So that's part of my story. I grew up in church. I've always sang in church. I still worship, even though I'm putting out music in the out. It says to go out into all the world. So that's what I'm doing. But I also sing, do different Bible studies and sing for the Lord, even currently.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, that's part of me.
You have a very grounded energy. You know what I mean? Like, very approachable. And I think that is so valuable when people don't feel like they can, like there's this kind of energetic wall or like resistance. Yeah. And folks don't feel like they can approach you, but you have a very approachable aura to yourself. And that's a wonderful thing. It really is.
Well, definitely has to do with the Lord, because even in this time, people ask you, how you doing? And it's like, I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm a lender and not a borrower. You know what I mean? I'm the head and not the tail. I'm the head and not the knees. You got to come with the word because it cuts through all the stigmas and all the stuff. Because even though I was born with this in the situation, it doesn't mean that it was meant to be a testimony. It was meant to be a story that can inspire other people to know that God wrote the story from the end to the beginning, and he has a plan for you. Just like he had a plan for me. I was just a little girl with a single mother, in my bedroom learning how to sing, and just kept pushing the record and play button. I just told everybody my age, but pushing the record and play button, in the room with the
you and me both. Right.
And I learned how to do it, and I feel like I had this vision, and all of a sudden I didn't know how far it would go, but I was envisioning it. And I want to encourage you to take your time. My life coach Randall always says to take your time to dream, and not just dream while you're sleeping, to dream while you're awake. So to sit there and
holding that vision
about the vision that you see, and to begin to and then write it down so that you can get it done. Yes. That's how this song Alive is out to you guys right now.
I feel like it's almost like a dare. Like when you write something down, it's like, well, oh snap! Now I'm writing it down. And literally, it's written. And it's
everything conspires to help you once you write it down. Like I literally had to do. I did the cover. What is that?
I said, why are you hitting me with so much fire? I'm just taking it like.
Because I just prayed before I got on here. That's why I was watching. I was watching something and I was praying, but
And so the anointing is flowing, I'm sure. But I'm with it. I'm open to it.
But no, yeah. So I also designed my cover art for all of the songs that are out. I designed those, and this one that's out now live. I was literally on the beach. I went real quick because I had gotten into something, right? So sometimes you got to go get alone because God uses people and the devil uses people too. So you got to, come through
Say
with the
that as
words and stuff.
factual.
So I needed a second. So I went, because, in the quarantine, you were like, when it first started, it was like, we're just all kind of like one family. And we were just like, somebody probably left the toothbrush out or the blow dryer and everybody was upset. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Some petty, petty Crocker. And then we went, I left. I said, well, I'm out of here. I'm going to go take a break. So I went to Balboa Beach, I believe it was. And I was like, it was like God led me right to that moment to take that picture. And it was like the color of my hair right now. It was like this lavender sky thing going on.
And so you took that photo.
I took the photo. Nobody was on the beach because it was all closed off, obviously.
Very serene.
It was freezing that night, but I just got off real quick, took the photo, and then I was like, what am I going to use for this cover? I've used my face for all of them.
Sure.
And I'm like, I don't really, even the next one that I'm putting out, Closure, I have my face for that one. You guys are going to like that.
Okay.
But
oh snap! I'll be ready. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're gonna love this song. It's super cool. But yeah,
I doubt it.
It's real. Like it can get you in the vibes with whoever it is you love or whatever. It's just dope.
Yeah.
R&B joint. But I just I took the photo and then I was like, that's it. Even looking at the photo, I'm like, wow, I believe that this really kind of sets the vibe even for the song too, and the visual aspects. And then one day I did the website. I mean. I'll just say this to sum it up. I went from DUI to DIY in my life because I had a problem. I really did. Coming from two young parents who really didn't understand all of this capacity that I had, all the fire that was within me as a little girl, even passion and vision. Imagine, I was very imaginative. So that means I was probably bad a little bit. I was really.
We could trade stories. Trust me, we could trade stories. I was definitely the creative and curious. So,
right, inquisitive. Yeah. When you're an inquisitive child, the parents especially when they're young, trying to find themselves, they're like, "Can you just give me a second and stop asking me why dinosaurs aren't in the Bible? I mean, just give me a second." You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
So that was me, and I would say that the DUI part of my life, right when I hit that DUI place. I really had to I got a wake up call. I was leaving the studio and it was like on Sunset Boulevard of all places. And it was crazy. And it really, really was expensive. And it was expensive for my life, just my time. But it really woke me up, and so, cause I was really on a road to destruction, even though I was not facing success, really, engaging, to have goals of success. I was still getting lied to by the enemy, the devil, because I was over there still engaging in things that were not healthy for me and that were
But you needed that. You needed that wake up. You needed that wake up. And it probably hurt like hell. Okay. It was pretty painful. Why would I know that? I've experienced some things myself, so I get it. I
was guzzling the water when the cop stopped me. I was like, oh shoot, and I was guzzling the water down. I was like, Lord, help me. And he's like, no, this is what's going to happen. Tonight you are going to go and face this. And you are going to, it is what it is, girl. We've been doing this too long and I saved your life tonight. So that was, how was that? That was maybe 6 years ago. And, and that's when I started getting the DIY process down because I wasn't wasting my time drinking and chilling and hanging out, and the social butterfly aspect of my life too kind of shifted because I needed to really socialize with myself and my gifts and this thing that God gave me to do.
Were you off the grid for a little bit of time?
Oh yeah, I've been quarantining, girl, for 4 years. No joke.
I get it. And my sister, she's in the comments too. She's viewing, so shout out to my sister. But she is the ultimate witness. She knows what I went through, and it was rough. And I took a hiatus, and nobody could reach me. I was completely off social media for a year and a half. I totally,
I mean, I've been on social media, but I just wasn't
I was ghost.
I realized that there were no. My goal for 2020 was, especially 2020, was no more frenemies 2020. because I had a lot of people in my life that were just pretending to be my friend, and really they didn't like me. They didn't want me to win. They were just trying to keep in contact with me to see what I was up to, and to
Okay.
see what I was
Okay.
going
But
to
as
do,
far
and then
as
to kind of
someone who
distract
knows
me.
your soul, someone who you like, deep friendships and those kind of relationships, you were looking for that. Like, where was that of the people in your social circle? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I would say that I was Judas a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? But you need a Judas. Like, I'm not going to get into names and get into stuff. They all know who
I
they
got you.
are. And when I run into them around Hollywood, they know as soon as they look in my eyes, they
What's
know. They're
up?
like, oh, is that Phoenix? Is that Queen Phina? And I'm like, hey, guys, how you doing? And it's
Right.
cool because I'm blessed. I don't care what happened. I count it all joy like the Word of God tells me to. And that's
And
how I
there's no
stay
need to
young.
carry
You know
that
what I'm
weight.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah. It's weight. It's weight that you don't need to carry. And so, yeah.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
you can use it as fuel to focus. And so I want to say that you
Facts.
can use it as fuel to focus to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to just do all this and engage in this and go to this kickback and go to this pool party and go to this day party and do all this stuff. I'm going to get some rest, and then I'm going to work on my goals. And then I'm going to figure this out. And maybe I'll pop out, maybe Grammy weekend, maybe say what's up. Maybe you just pop out there like, is that Phoenix? Like, they just surprised to see you because they know you ain't
Right.
just like always kicking it or smoking with
Always.
people.
Right.
You know
It's
what I
almost
mean?
like diluting. To me, it feels like it's diluting me energetically. Like I'm letting myself, I gotta be everywhere. Nah, no, I don't.
No, you don't.
And
People say, oh, I'm networking.
Conserve that energy.
I did all the networking I needed to do. I've been in this business, I would say, around 21 years. So my career is old enough to drink, you know what I'm saying? But I don't drink no more.
I got you. Wow. Well, with all of that being said, and then you said that, the DUI situation that happened 6 years ago. I think you said 6 years ago.
Yeah, around 6 years, yeah.
So when did you really turn it up and start, and keep my verbiage straight on all this, but you produced your videos, like the Thrilla and all of that.
I was going to say I produced them. I produced them and I directed them. I produced them and directed them.
When did you start really turning that up? Really turning it up.
Yeah, that was about a year and a half ago. I think it was. I'd have to check the actual dates, but I just decided, okay, I'm going to put out a song a month. And so at that time, I was putting out a song a month with a lyric video, and then I'd put out the actual video. And I would just have everything shot and ready to go, and then I would put them out, boom, ready, on.
That's a lot of coordination. I absolutely respect that, because when I watched, and it's new to me. Like if I hadn't heard Thrilla, so that was new. So I'm bumping that too right now, because it's like I love it. But when I look at that body of work, to me, like to try to do all of that and coordinate all the pieces and parts that come with that's incredible, because it's fantastic, visually engaging, and I love it. It holds my attention.
Thrilla was my first video ever. And that one, I have to give a big shout out to my friend Uko Mosey, who totally helped me. He's from Nigeria, super fire, just that whole vibe. Just he invited some people, his clients, and then I had he let me use his house, and we had my goal was to have art. We would have these fashion art parties when I was in my social butterfly phase of my life. And so he would have these parties, and I would go up there to his house, and it would just be just like the Thriller video looked. I mean, it was that vibe. And I walked in, the pink couch was outside. Everything was, it was like God allowed me to step right into that purpose right then. Okay,
I love it.
He styled me. He co-styled me for that for sure. And there was he had me in Versace and Dolce & Gabbana. Don't get it twisted. Those clothes were so fire. They were I was like, wow. I felt like such royalty as a queen.
I love it.
God called me to be.
Definitely. Big shouts to him.
And so big shout out to Ugo Mosey. Check him out. He styled like Beyonce, Rihanna, Justin Bieber. Wow. But he showed me love based on he just showed me so much love, and I just appreciate that. That was my very first video.
That support is vital. That support is super vital, and yeah, big shouts to him. I also like that. I actually loved that video, and I'm gonna rephrase it, because I actually do have, maybe I'll just call them y'all sensitive. I have some sensitive viewers. But I absolutely love that video. I'm going to say clock in my cookie miles.
Okay, yeah, my P miles.
Yes. Love that video. The song is fire. The video is crazy. And I'm just like, I'm telling you, when I have that moment of, all I can say is just why, and as you were saying, I know you were saying that you were hidden, but I'm over here like, where have I been? Like, I've got to be more open to other folks who are putting out this kind of art.
I think people are just kind of, I did that song to kind of see, even see something in myself. I think release something that was in there. I'm not, just like some innocent preppy girl. I've been through some things in my life, and if I could go on the Bad Girls Club, I probably wouldn't. But I'm just saying that the Bad Girls Club is in there too. But Jesus is redeeming me. Hallelujah.
That's right.
But I feel like we all have a story, and we all got to express it. I feel like I expressed it in that way for whatever women out there who are feeling ashamed or feeling however they feel that is not up to par, that is not engaging in love with themselves. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying, hey, don't clock mine, bro. I'm not clocking yours. You know what I'm saying? And you can put whatever you want in that. That you can say no clocking my foodie miles. You know what I'm saying? Don't be no clocking. Don't clock me like that, bro. But what I love about the song, I think I love the video. The creativity of it for me was that I kept envisioning. I'm like, yo, I need to be Maryland and speak for Maryland and rap this thing out, because Maryland would have wanted to say that to them. Like, hey, bro, quit clocking my miles, bro. You guys love me and you all want me, but then you go and try to clock me. And it's not, and that's what happens with women. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of women go through that type of scrutiny and a lot of different judgment. And I just feel like, let's just appreciate one another. And also it's kind of a little bit of humor in it. You know what I mean? The guy who's at the end of the video, he had no idea that he was going to be starring in the video in that capacity. And my mom, but he's cool. He was a good sport. His girlfriend was in my Thriller video. It was, it's all acting, guys.
It's a performance in that moment. It's not like a...
No, it wasn't.
Like, it's part of the performance, y'all. You gotta understand.
And plus, as an artist, it's kind of like to let people know, hey, I went there. You know what I mean? And I have confidence in myself. This was before Lizzo. This was before, any of that. So just.
But I think, it's critical. It's critical to exude the confidence that you have and know that. Just know that. I'm gonna leave it right there. Just know that and be set in that and standing your truths. Standing your truce with it and say,
I had to crawl on the floor. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I crawled my way through. I had a visual guy, my friend Chris, and he came by that day and he was like, okay, sis, this is what you're going to do. You're going to crawl on the ground. I said, I'm going to what? And then I said, all right, bro, fine. And I just that was like a pencil dress. And he's like, nah, hike that dress up and crawl, girl. You going to crawl to the couch. So
I love it. I really do. It's all of it. Everything that I have seen, I'm just like, bravo. My team, they're on the thread right now. They're in the comments.
Hey guys.
They're like, oh man, they love your music. They love the video. Like, I don't know, and this is leading to a question too. So I don't know what perhaps your ultimate goal is, or even if it's just continuously progressing and growing within, which will, exude, it'll come out anyway. But whatever lies ahead for you, whatever projects you're getting into, I'm on your team, like, for real. I feel like I'm in a virtual line that's wrapped around the building right now. Like, I'm just waiting to get, my ticket. Like, but yeah, I'm just really excited for you, no matter what that next move is.
Thank you so much.
Honestly. So is there, and as I was saying, that is leading to a question, is there like an ultimate goal for you, or it's just, continuing that progress?
The ultimate goal for me is to, I feel like I'm going to continue to engage with my audience. Shout out to #AllLoveOnly team online right now. Everybody's in the comments, all my family, all my people.
Good.
And, I feel like just inspiring and continuing to go on this journey of inspiration. And my ultimate goal is to definitely, be an entrepreneur that's independent,
Mm-hmm.
and to continue to put out music that is going to be quality and excellent, and also
Yes.
visuals and merchandise, and to share the Lord, really, to show that we are well balanced people, that I
Mm-hmm.
can be a Christian and be excited about what we're doing, what the kingdom is doing, and be right there in the mainstream and not be marginalized or stigmatized or whatever it may
Ooh,
be. You know what I'm saying? Limited,
I mean, you're like a whole motivational speaker rolled in one, like all of it, just all in one. I think it's great. Yeah, because we need that, and people need to hear that, and sometimes we need to remind ourselves of that.
Yeah, we do.
Most definitely. So
do.
you had mentioned, I'm going to touch on this too, but you mentioned that you engaged in painting, or you were interested in that. So what other mediums of art have you engaged in and really enjoyed, at least in that moment?
Well, I've painted on canvas a few times, and I haven't really touched on it again yet. But my soul and my spirit just wants me to. I know I'm really. I love the paintings that I did do. I don't even know where they are now.
Right. Okay.
And so my little dog, she likes to get her shine. You know what I'm saying? She likes to.
Wait, what's your doggy's name?
Her name's Zelda. Come here, Zelda.
Zelda.
Come here.
Baby Zelda.
Yeah, she always likes to get her shine. I think she barks in every interview to get in it. I mean, at some point. So all my people.
Okay, so you dabbled in some painting and
painting. The other arts. What else? I mean, my whole thing is I like to just make life art. So I'm really good at cooking. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really good at, like, I want to start sewing. And creating clothing and even like dog apparel, a lot of different. I'm just like an all-around artistic entrepreneur. So creative.
I think that's beautiful. CEO. I think that's beautiful, and I think it's beautiful to explore. Just explore and just see where that. And I got to say, that's really part of which my companies Respect the Artists, RTA. Okay, Respect the Artists.
Cool. I love
enterprises,
that.
And so part of what makes this such a big deal for myself energetically, just a love, a passion, is because I've always loved so many forms of art.
Yes.
And I believe that I think it's great. I think it's just healthy to explore. Never limit yourself.
It is. It's very healthy. I mean, kids aren't really doing enough of it right now, and I feel like that's probably where we're lacking as a community. We need to encourage the arts. We need to encourage kids to get some paint, get some canvases, maybe some watercolors. Set a time of arts and crafts, music. So put an instrument, lay it out somewhere. If you're a parent,
engage in it.
Yeah, leave a keyboard out on the ground. I guarantee you that child is going to pick it up. Leave a guitar around. Something is going to happen between that child and that instrument. You'll begin to see and cultivate the gifts in your kids as you start with something small. Somebody gave me a microphone. Pastor Kathy was her name. She, rest in peace, she died when I was younger. And at like 29 years old. But she was a powerful artist and woman of God. And she handed me a microphone at 5 years old and said, come on stage. And I mean, it was like a confirmation in my heart to, for her to engage that artistic ability and that gift inside of me from such a little girl. Maybe my mom was too busy being a single mother and all of that, doing her best to see that I was really burning on the inside with a gift that somebody needed to cultivate.
Yeah,
and notice.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful, that connection, because in retrospect, it's like, being at the point that you're at in your life and you look back on that, like, man, she must have really seen something in you at that time, and it's you didn't even remotely think of that. You're reminding me of moments that I had too. I started performing, singing, solos, things like that when I was a child. And in retrospect, I'm like, well, how did they, how did they know? Like, they see things that you may not see, understand.
Yeah, and we got to do that too. Yeah. We got to pass the torch on to the, if we see somebody that needs to be, we see it in the spirit. We see that we need to encourage them. We need to go with that, and we need to do our part. because someone did it for us, and it's bigger than just, you know, getting success on a major platform. Get success in the small moments that are key in your life, that somebody can say, hey, that person touched my life. That's at one time or another. They touched my life. They took the time to stop, you know, and see me.
Oh, Queen Fina, my gosh. I want all your time. Block off 2 more hours for me. Good gracious.
You're so sweet.
We got some. Well, first off, I gotta say, if I'm last year I went to the West Coast a lot, but it was to Sacramento.
Okay.
But if you're in LA, right? Or
yeah, I'm in North Hollywood. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Snap. All I gotta say is that when I'm in the neighborhood, let me take you out to lunch. Okay, or something.
Yeah, I'll put you on to some. I'm a foodie, so I should be doing food reviews. Really, I should be. If y'all make food, you need to let me review it. I'm just kidding.
I'm so there.
But
yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I just want to say that I am here to support your movement. Most definitely, I'm very excited for you. And our viewers, shout out to our viewers, because they are showing you some serious love. So shout out to them. And my sister's commenting foodie life, because she is the #1 foodie in our family.
Oh yeah, man. It's key. I mean, like right before this, I made what did I make? I made some air fries. If you don't have an air fryer, you need to get one, okay?
I know what you're talking about. I don't have one, but I know.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It cuts like 80% of the fat. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
So I made some of those, and then I made like some Mediterranean food. I had like, you know, some hummus and tabbouleh, like right in the crib.
Oh mercy, here we go.
So I'm just saying, I really love it, and I think it's, you know, it's good to, you gotta enjoy yourself. You really do.
Oh my gosh.
It don't matter if you're in this quarantine or. I mean, you know, I know it's getting sunny, so people really want to get outside. It's hard to you know, stay inside when it's so beautiful. But you know, I just want to encourage you, take this moment.
We have to. We have got to enjoy our moments, even during now or absolutely any time. You know, just find those opportunities to enjoy. But we have some questions from our viewers, and I want to see if we can get those in. We got a little stack of cards right now, so let me tap these open and then close out our interview. I'm so sad because I don't want to close it out personally. But all right, so first question. Let's see. If you had one message, just from Alanosis. If you had one message you want the world to know, what would it be? What would it be?
If I had one message, it would be that love is key. Love is key on all levels. So take that for what that is. Love is key on all levels. So that means loving your art, loving your family, loving yourself. First of all, loving God, so you can get God's love back to you. He said you draw near to him, he'll draw near to you. So I would say that's loving on all levels. Loving what you do.
Highest vibration.
Loving who you are. Figure out, and if you're not loving who you are, then ask God to show you why you're not. So that you can find that vibration and really wake up and you know, I've been waking up with 4 hours of sleep only and being like, all right, let's get it. What are we doing? And that's something different. You know,
that's powerful. But it's a different kind of charge, you know. It's a different kind of energy, and
it hasn't always been that way.
Yeah,
it hasn't always been that way. There's times where going through what you go through as a person, you can encounter depression or anxiety, or you know, there's a lot of people out there in the world that have to take a pill to eat, take a pill to sleep, take a pill to wake up, take a pill to be happy, to smile, take a pill. So I'm just thankful not to have the, you know, to have the joy of the Lord. And I would just say, just loving on all levels. That's a good question
and an awesome response from you, Queen Fina. Yeah, thank you for that. Let's see what we got here. We have a question from T Love, which she's been showing you some love in the comments.
T Love, that's my girl. I love T Love.
Yes. Okay. What can we expect from the Queen in this next year? Love you, Queen.
Hey, love you, T Love.
All right.
Yasha.
What can we expect?
I could say in the next year, I would expect more music, more visuals, more inspiration, more fashion, more makeup looks, more sleek brows, more hair, more. Because I do my own hair too. You gotta just do it. Whatever you gotta do. You know, I had to bleach it and everything. You gotta more innovative ways to connect and to just you know, display God and display his love and display the excellence. More of that. I would say more of that and more laughs, because I definitely love to laugh.
Right.
So
yes,
you know,
stay on that high wave. You got to stay on the high wave.
yeah.
Well, that was a good question from T Love. Thank you. All right, let's see if we can get a couple more in here. This one is from Laughing House Garrett. Oh, no, that one's for me. Sometimes people, they'll just ask one person a question, but okay. Here's one from Cassian. He says, what song outside of your own work moves and inspires you the most? Okay.
I like this song by Michael Jackson. He didn't write it. This lady's here. What's her name? Sarita Garrett wrote it, but you guys all know it. Man in the Mirror. I really love that song. I love the melodies, but I also love the message. And I just love, like, that one, I don't know what instrument it is, but it just, like, keeps going throughout the whole song.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, you may want to revisit the song so I can tune in to the instrument that's continuously throughout the song.
Yeah, you got to. It's the one that I don't want to do it with. I don't want to beatbox it for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm tempted. You know what I mean? But I don't think. Okay. But that's one of my favorite songs that inspires me the most. I would say I was super obsessed with Michael Jackson as a kid, and that song. I'll be doing something else, and I'll just be like, reaching out. I'll be like doing something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yes. Shout out to MJ, R.I.P.
Yeah, definitely. All right, good response. Okay, let me see if I can squeeze one more in here. Oh my god. All right, Cassian he's got another one here. Fina, will you share some of your air fryer recipes?
Oh yeah, I got you. You know what? I'm gonna start utilizing my YouTube. That's another thing this year that you can expect from me. So I do want to do some segments of cooking. Yes, I do. And I'm going to do some sister segments with my little sister. She's 16. I want to do some of that with her. We have a cool
y'all
chemistry.
On
TikTok. We have a crazy chemistry. I was definitely her Breon, and she was my Teddy Riley that day. And so
I love that.
She's the only one who could get me to twerk, so, count on her for that.
YouTube going, I will be there. I sure will.
I'll do some recipes, though, for sure, on there. And maybe before that on live. I love the air fryer. It's amazing.
Oh, I love it. Snap. Okay, well, I'm glad. Thank you, Cassian. I'm glad that you posed that question. So, Queen Fina, do you have anyone you want to give a shout out to before we round this out?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to all the DJs out there for sure who've been showing me love. My girl in the Mawnin Shout, MAWNIN. Lisa Legs, she's really dope. Check her out. She's always positive. You should check her out too. She's super positive in the morning. She does a show on the radio in New York, but she also does like a positive affirmation show in the morning, and it's a super calming in the garden show. She's been showing me love. Shout out to my girl T Love, Tiasha. She's been incredible, and she used to be my manager at my old job, and she just can you imagine your manager at your old job loves you? That says a lot about you.
That's what's up. That's all I gotta say. That's a beautiful thing.
And who else is in here? I know there's let me look back real quick. There's my girl Justice. She's named Mazzy on Instagram. Shout out to her. She's a super woman of God.
I saw Mazzy in the comments.
Yeah, she's known me a long time. I want to shout out to all my sister in the Raw. She's dope too. Check her out. I want to shout out to Jay. My boy Jay Bowden, Jay Meir, he's super dope. He has an amazing song out called With Me, and it's super fire. You got to check that out. It's very positive too.
Okay. I'm going to be messaging you. Put me on to some of these folks for sure.
Wilbur, shout out to Hollywood Haitian. I'm looking back real quick. Shout out to Easy Living, 1625. He's doing a shelter for the youth, and he's trying to raise money for that to get to open up this shelter on the East Coast. So shout out to him. If you want to help out and you're a dope artist, check him out and see if it's something you want to be a part of. Shout out to Fuzzloke562, always having my back. Shout out to just shout out to all my people, man. Shout out to my mom, because my mom is like
listen,
she's so amazing.
Let me give a shout out to your mom too, okay? She's much respect to her for sure.
And my sister, shout out to my baby sister. She's gonna be shooting my Live With You video. I'm gonna put the press on her, 16 years old, and I'm gonna have her shoot it because she's super talented. I'm gonna just put the press on her publicly. And I think that's going to be super inspiring for people to, see that two sisters can come together and, you can actually challenge the youth by putting a mandate on them and saying, hey, I see a gift in you. Let's go. Get this camera.
Ooh,
you know?
My goodness, you have been coming with nothing but gems and fire, like pure, okay? For not, this is beyond this interview, but this interview included. So, Queen Fina, thank you so much for sharing this time with us. Viewers, we love you. Thank you for joining us. Truly appreciate it. And I'm going to say peace for now, but I'm going to hit you up on the DM. So, DreamAloud Art, y'all.
Thank you.
Artists, that's what RTA stands for. And Queen Fina, we will be vibing again for sure.
Yes, thank you. Okay? Make sure you go to queenfina.com. And that's how you can get everything. You can get the merch. You can check out my bio. You can engage with me. You can subscribe. You can download a live. It says listen now. You can click on any platform you use. And make sure you spread it, because a lot of people need, inspiration. They just need to have like an inspirational jam, though, where they can get up and dance and chill and go out, be in their car, whatever it is, that they want to do with the song. I'm just thankful. So make sure you share it. Share it and tag me.
And I'll be sharing it.
And I have one more thing. I have a dance contest coming up. It's going to be $100 for the winner who comes up with the best dance for TikTok. So, don't do like I did. Don't hit them with the side dance. Hit them with a real TikTok dance. You know what I'm saying?
With the side dance.
Don't be the side person in the back. You know what I mean? The Breon. Do something fire. And there's a $100 winner. Right. We're going to pick. My sister and I are going to pick the winner. So.
I love it. All right, we got T-Love says she's gonna win.
She probably is. She's one of the best twerkers in town. She's not gonna twerk for this. She's not gonna twerk for this.
Look, then she hit it with the all caps. Listen, I'm gonna win. Like I just said. That's what she's saying. All right, Queen Fina, peace. Okay.
Thank you. Love you. All right. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
All right, y'all. OMG, Queen Fina. Big shouts to her. Big shouts to y'all for joining us, most definitely. So, all right, music artists, I'm telling you, much respect to all those who are engaging in the arts musically. Shout out to y'all. So, perfect live interview, y'all. I had a great time. Thank you for your amazing questions, and we'll be seeing you too very soon, okay? So, DreamAloud Art. Peace from here to the Far East. And RTA stands for? What's RTA stand for? Respect the artist, because that's all we do, okay? RTA Enterprises LLC, straight out of Virginia, okay? Real talk. Peace, y'all. Much love.